Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the All-Merciful, the All-Ever-Merciful. All praises due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of the worlds, whose mercy and guidance we seek. And may Allah's peace and blessings be on the last and the seal of all the prophets and messengers, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, upon his family, companions, and upon whoever follow his footsteps to the day of judgment. Welcome to the first lesson on our course on Fiqh. Fiqh is of cardinal importance for all Muslims, males and females, in our daily life. We need fiqh in everything. The word fiqh, what does this word mean? What does the word fiqh mean? It means understanding. So fiqh means understanding, which is fahm. Understanding of the legal rulings of Islam. Understanding of the legal rulings of Islam. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said in an authentic hadith, مَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُفَقِّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. When Allah the Almighty wants to do good, wants to show good to somebody, He subhanahu wa ta'ala makes him or her understand his religion or his deen. So the word fiqh means understanding of the Shar'i ruling of Islam. Shar'i rulings of Islam. The Prophet ﷺ says, مَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُفَقِّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. How do you purify yourself? How to purify yourself? How to make ablution? How to make ghusl? How to make ghusl from after having sexual intercourse with your wife? How to offer prayer? How to give out zakat? How to perform umrah? How to perform hajj? How to avoid dealing with interest? How to make a sound transaction? How to, if one takes an oath and after that wants to nullify that oath and make something better, what are the procedures he should do? All of these things, all of these rulings have to do with fiqh. So fiqh means understanding of the Shar'i rulings. Understanding of the Shar'i rulings. That's number one. So, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to do good to any of us, He subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant us understanding of the rulings of Islam. Fiqh, brothers and sisters, fiqh is of three kinds. When you are going to read any book of fiqh, you would find the first kind that dealing with acts of worship. Acts of worship, which is called ibadat. How to perform ablution, how to purify yourself, how to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what are the kinds of sunnah, how to make qiyamul layl, the night prayer. All of these has to do with the acts of worship. How to make fasting, what are the nullifiers of fasting, how can you make umrah, how can you make hajj. So deals with acts of worship. So that's number one, the first kind of fiqh. The second kind of fiqh is fiqh of transactions. Which is called mu'amalat. Buying, selling, okay? All of these kinds of, all the kinds of transactions come under this title, the fiqh al-mu'amalat. Number three, fiqh of oath, vows, and judiciary. As I said right now, if someone take an oath, and wants to do something good, okay, how can he behave in that situation? If one vows to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants him a particular thing, he would do so and so and so and so. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually grants him what he wants, but he wants to change the vow. How can he act in that particular situation? If someone unintentionally kills another person, what is the Shari'i ruling that should be applied upon him in that situation? So all of this had to do with oath, vow, judiciary, jurisprudence, or fiqh. So once again, brother and sisters, the word fiqh means understanding of the Shari'i rulings of Islam. Number two, we have three kinds of fiqh. Fiqh of acts of worship, fiqh of transactions, mu'amalat, and fiqh of those and judiciary. Inshallah, we are going to start with fiqh of acts of worship. And the first topic ever in all the fiqh of acts of worship is purification, which is at-tahara. Purification, which is at-tahara. How do you purify yourself? Brothers and sisters, what is the half of Iman? What is the half of our Iman? Cleanliness or purification. That's right. I can say, the Prophet ﷺ said, cleanliness or purification is half of Iman. That's right. May Allah bless you all. That's why Prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ التَّوَّابِينَ وَيُحِبُّ الْمُتَطَهِّرِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah the Almighty, loves those who frequently shows repentance to Him and who frequently purify themselves from impurities. It's taken for granted maxim or rule that Muslims all the time, Muslims' bodies all the time are pure. Muslims' bodies all the times are pure, according to the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, but what if the Muslim is afflicted with an impurity? With an impurity, which is najas, with an impurity. So, this is cleanliness or purification is half of Iman or faith. Purification means removal of impurity, which is najas or najasa. Something which is impure. So, if you want to purify yourself, you should remove any impurity that might afflict you. But we have two kinds of impurity. What are they?
Wastage of a human being. Wastage like urine and stuff like that.
Yeah, and what else?
And when you have sex with your wife, that's also.
That's good. In other answer? Tahara? Yeah. Brother Adam? We have two kinds of impurity. Brother Shima said some of the stuff that comes out from man, like urine, like when one goes to the toilet to relieve himself, something like that. Okay? And after one having sexual intercourse with his wife. The answer just needs some modification and it will be highly accurate. Okay? So you have another answer? Wudu. We are going to highlight all of this right now. Rashid? Okay, that's good. So, we agree that purification means removal of any impurity that might afflict man. But what are the kind of impurity which is najasa? The scholars say that there are two kinds. Number one, minor impurity. And number two, that's number one. And number two, major impurity. Major impurity. Is it clear up to now? Good. What is the minor impurity? Minor impurity, something which if afflicts you, what all you are required to do is to make wudu. Just to make wudu. For example, if one passes a wind. If your ablution is nullified in a way or another. If madi comes out of one's penis. What is the meaning of madi? No.
Like sperm?
Not sperm. We should differentiate between three kinds of liquids coming out from one's penis. We have what's called mani, which is sperm, and what's called wadi, and what's called madi. And we have what's called madi, like that. Very easily and very simply, we are with each other until we have, inshallah, all of these points clarified. So, three liquids coming out from the penis. Coming out from one's penis. Number one, sperm, which is mani. Number two, we have what's called madi. madhi. Okay? Number 3 is called wadi. Like that. Okay? Both madhi and wadi are minor impurity. Because they require just making ablution. Just require making ablution. That's clear? But if one ejaculates sperm, is it suffice for him to make ablution?
You have to make
Ghusl. You have to make ghusl. So sperm belongs to major impurity. Belongs to major impurity. So number 1, minor impurity requires ablution. Requires ablution. Okay. Major impurity requires ghusl. Requires ghusl. Okay. If you can give us examples for things from which we can make ghusl for major impurities.
Sexual intercourse.
Sexual intercourse. Having sexual intercourse with one's wife. What else? Ejaculation of sperm. What else?
Dream. When you
Dream in a
dream.
dream, you are
Having with dream. Yeah. Which means ejaculation of sperm. What else? Women's menstruation. Right?
Yes.
Which is haid. Okay? And when women give birth to children, she remains for 40 days bleeding. This is called childbirth bleeding. Childbirth bleeding, which is called damu nifas. Damu and nifas. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. An interesting question, by the way. If one has sexual intercourse with his wife, and there was no ejaculation of sperm, is he still required? And is she still required?